Copper is a mineral that your body requires in small quantities to maintain good health. It uses copper to form red blood cells, bone, connective tissue and some important enzymes. Copper is also involved in the processing of cholesterols, the proper functioning of your immune system and the growth and development of babies in the womb. Though it's only needed in tiny amounts, it's an essential mineral, meaning that you must obtain it from your diet because your body cannot produce it on its own. It's recommended that adults get 900 mcg of copper per day. However, if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, you should get slightly more, -1 mg or 1.3 mg per day, respectively. Here are 8 foods high in copper. 1. Liver. Organ meats, such as liver, are extremely nutritious. They provide good amounts of many nutrients, including vitamin B12, vitamin A, riboflavin, B2, folate, B9, iron and choline. Liver is also an excellent source of copper. In fact, one slice, 67 grams, of calf liver gives you 10.3 milligrams of copper, a whopping 1,144% of the reference daily intake, RDI. To add flavor and zest to liver, try pan-frying it with onions or mixing it into burger patties and stews. However, the high amounts of vitamin A in liver can harm unborn babies. Therefore, pregnant women should avoid foods extremely high in vitamin A, including liver. 2. Oysters. Oysters are a type of shellfish often considered a delicacy. They can be served cooked or raw, depending on your preference. This seafood is low in calories and high in many essential nutrients like zinc, selenium and vitamin B12. In addition, oysters are a good source of copper, providing 7.6 milligrams per 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, or 844% of the RDI. You may be concerned about eating oysters and other shellfish due to their high cholesterol content. However, unless you have a certain, rare genetic condition, dietary cholesterol found in foods like oysters is unlikely to significantly raise your blood levels of cholesterol. Keep in mind that raw oysters do carry a risk of food poisoning, so are not recommended for pregnant women or people with compromised immune systems. 3. Spirulina. Spirulina is a powdered food supplement made from cyanobacteria, or blue-green algae. Once consumed by the ancient Aztecs, it re-emerged as a health food after NASA successfully used it as a dietary supplement for astronauts on space missions. Gram for gram, spirulina is extremely nutritious. A single tablespoon, 7 grams, contains just 20 calories but packs 4 grams of protein, 25% of the RDI for vitamin B2, riboflavin, 17% of the RDI for vitamin B1, thiamine, and around 11% of the RDI for iron. The same amount provides 44% of the RDI for copper. Spirulina is often mixed with water to make a greenish beverage. However, if you don't like its unusual taste, you can add it to stock, smoothies or cereal to disguise the flavor. 4. Shiitake mushrooms. Shiitake mushrooms are a type of edible mushroom, native to East Asia, that have a strong umami flavor. 4 dried shiitake mushrooms, 15 grams, offer 44 calories, 2 grams of fiber and a host of nutrients, including selenium, manganese, zinc, folate and vitamins B1, B5, B6 and D. This portion also knocks out an impressive 89% of the RDI for copper. 5. Nuts and seeds. Nuts and seeds are tiny powerhouses of nutrition. They're high in fiber, protein and healthy fats, as well as a wide range of other nutrients. Although different nuts and seeds contain different nutrients, many hold substantial amounts of copper. For example, 1 ounce, 28 grams, of almonds or cashews boasts 33% and 67% of the RDI, respectively. Additionally, a tablespoon, 9 grams, of sesame seeds packs 44% of the RDI. You can enjoy nuts and seeds as a standalone snack, atop a salad or baked into a bread or casserole. 6. Lobster. Lobsters are large, muscular shellfish which live on the seabed. Their succulent flesh makes them a popular addition to soups and bisques, though they can also simply be served on their own. Lobster meat is low in fat, high in protein and loaded with vitamins and minerals, including selenium and vitamin B12. It's also an excellent source of copper. In fact, a 3-ounce, 85-gram, serving of lobster contains a phenomenal 178% of the RDI. Interestingly, though low in fat, lobster is also quite high in cholesterol. However, dietary cholesterol has little effect on blood cholesterol levels in most people, so the amount in lobster shouldn't be a concern. 7. Leafy greens. Leafy greens like spinach, kale and Swiss chard are extremely healthy, boasting nutrients like fiber, vitamin K, calcium, magnesium and folate in a minimal number of calories. Many leafy greens contain sizable amounts of copper. For example, cooked Swiss chard provides 33% of the RDI for copper in a single cup, 173 grams. Other greens have similar amounts, with a cup, 180 grams, of cooked spinach also holding 33% of the RDI. These greens can be enjoyed raw in a salad, cooked into a stew or added as a side to most meals to boost both their nutrient and copper content. 8. Dark chocolate. Dark chocolate contains higher amounts of cocoa solids, as well as less milk and sugar, than regular chocolate. Dark chocolate boasts antioxidants, fiber and several nutrients. For example, a 3.5-ounce, 100-gram, bar of dark chocolate, with 70 to 85% cocoa solids, provides 11 grams of fiber, 98% of the RDI for manganese and 67% of the RDI for iron. The same bar also packs a massive 200% of the RDI for copper. What's more, consuming dark chocolate as part of a balanced diet is linked to improvements in several heart disease risk factors. However, take care to not overeat dark chocolate. It's still a high-calorie food loaded with fat and potentially sugar.